Can yo get funky? So Sonic Force, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah, just hit me. Just taste the funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That body's getting so funky now, hit me. Yeah, just hit me. It's time to chase your dreams.
Welcome to my first virtual wine tasting. For those who don't know me, my name is Mr. Biggs from the legendary Soul Sonic Force. And beside me is my son TK.
What up?
Oh man, first and foremost, I'd like to send my condolences to the people that lost loved ones due to this coronavirus. I'd like to thank Peggy Lauren from Urban Booze. I also like to thank Teresa and Jayla. Jayla, that's my granddaughter's name. From Creology Vines.
Yes, sir.
You know, people often ask me, they say, yo, Biggs, how did you get into the wine business? And guy I grew up with, Ray Ramos from the Projects. I grew up in Brunswick Projects, also went to high school together. I ended up going off to college, and he went into the military. At some point, he was stationed in Italy. And after I retired, I used to work corrections. I retired 24 years after that. I was selling T-shirts over the internet. And he saw me, and he called me, got in contact with me. Biggs, are you interested in getting into the wine business? I said, yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. He introduced me to a young lady by the name of Daisy, who introduced me to Stefania, which is her mom's, and her pops, Luigi. Now, Luigi, we lost Luigi about going on a year now. Great man, great, beautiful person. And when he spoke about wine, it was genuine. I mean, he had this heavy Italian accent, but he made sure before I left him, before we broke up, left for meetings, I went my way, he went his way. He made sure I understood everything about the wine game. Rest in peace, Luigi. Thanks for everything.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for everything. Wine is touchy thing. You know, you gotta train your palate to like different wines.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? When I first started into wine, like I only like sweet wine, and a lot of people only like sweet wine.
I still kind of do. I'm kind of great like going into the dry wine. So like I like a nice Pinot Grigio. I like a nice Merlot.
See, that's me. I started off just liking sweet wine. Now my wine is Merlot. I love a good glass of Merlot. And so we're gonna start this wine tasting off with we're gonna do like almost like a 4-course meal. You know,
Let's do it.
Appetizer, which is gonna be the Pinot Grigio, the Merlot, which is gonna be the meal,
Yes, sir.
and then we're gonna have 2 desserts.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times, you know, you go out, you always have more than one dessert. You know, that's going to be the Moscato and the Brighetto.
Yes, sir.
Now, first, my wines, I have produced 2 people that make my wine to production. One, I got 2. One makes the dry, and another one makes the sweet. Now, the one that makes, I call them who I call them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start off with Brother V. Because he does the dry wine. No, Brother V?
Brother V.
Brother V.
Brother V. Or I like to call him by his real name, Giambattista Villavado.
Say it again.
Giambattista Villavado. I didn't tell you I was Italian.
Oh, man. Y'all see why I call him V. Now, the next one I call Mr. P.
Oh, you talking about Pialo Prigioni?
That's him.
There you go.
That's him. That's him.
Oh, Mr. Fine, I know you look if you watching, but did I get those names right?
Oh, man. So, we're going to start off with the, what we got here? Want to open that up?
You can open that up.
We're going to start off with the Pinot Grigio.
Open it up with wine opener.
That's the, you might, because we had opened this one up. We might have to, we had opened up this one earlier.
You might need the wine.
We had two wine open. This is called the wing wine opener. You can see because it got wings. And the one TK's using now is called a 2-hinge wine opener. And we're gonna get into one thing about the Pinot Grigio.
There you go.
It's a mutant. The grape is a mutant from. First of all, let me start off. Let me just talk about the dirt. All my grapes. It's we're done with organic philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's no pesticides. It's no synthetic, no fertilizer. You know, the land was cultivated. When you cultivate the land the right way through the years, you know what I'm saying? You don't need all that extra garbage.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So that's why when they read the wine, they be like, oh, this is organic. Like, it's just good wine. Like the dirt was cultivated the right way through the years.
Of course.
You know, now the interesting thing about the Pinot Grigio, it's a mutant grape with the Pinot Noir, and this is something that we're gonna have to do another because the Pinot Noir is a red wine,
Yes, sir.
and this is
All
a white wine. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna get into depth on through the years how that grape lost its pigmentation and became the Pinot. In French, they call it the Pinot Noir. I said the red. It's a Pinot Noir. And the Pinot Grigio and the Pinot Gris in French.
So basically, you're trying to say we're going for this could be a part 2.
Oh, we're gonna run with this thing, man. I'm feeling this. We're gonna run with
Let's
this.
go.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying? And it's just quite interesting how this red grape is responsible for the Pinot Grigio. It became a white wine.
Yes, sir.
Now this is a great. I'm using this as an appetizer because this is a great wine to start off anything with. You can have a light salad. It's something you can drink all day. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do it as an appetizer. What else? You
can have a nice salad. You can drink it by itself if you want to. You can have some nice shrimp cocktails that we have over here.
And it's just a refreshing. You know, it opens up the palate. It's just a refreshing wine. You know what I'm saying? And let me get the glass.
Yes, sir.
Any of y'all got any Pinot left? First of all, let me thank everybody that made purchases of the wine. Gotta thank y'all. If y'all got Pinot, we're gonna start off. Now, picking your glass, a lot of people don't know, it's like 18 different wine glasses. 18. And the white wine uses a smaller glass opposed to a red wine, and we'll get into that. Right. Now we're going to pour the wine. Now when you pour your wine, first of all, when you open your wine, a lot of people should let the wine air out a little bit. You know, expose it to the oxygen.
Of course.
Right, you want to get your little swirl on. When you get your swirl on, it kind of like opens up the wine. It wakes up the wine, and you could smell and taste whatever's in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to swirl your wine Hope y'all doing this. I hope y'all got wine left, because y'all got those deliveries quite early. So I hope you got wine left.
Don't worry about it. You can always order some more wine on MrBiggsWines.com.
Yeah, you can always order. Say it again.
You can always order some more wine at MrBiggsWines.com.
There you go. Now, first thing, this is a light white, and you can see the more alcohol in the wine, the more legs you have. The less alcohol, the less legs. Mm-hmm. Now, what you want to do, you want to smell your wine. You want to smell like, you can smell in this, you can smell like I smell like a green apple. Mm-hmm. You can smell apricot. And you got to almost train your nose to do this. Like, you might not smell it. You should smell the hints of the green apple. And it's a funny thing about wine, because people want to know, why do wine smell like other fruit? And it's just simply the enzymes from other fruits just happen to be in the grapes, and during the fermentation it just enhances that taste. It's something some God doing, like no one really has an answer.
Some God doing. Okay.
That's the good Lord. You know, that's what he wants.
Well, amen.
So what you want to do after I tell you want to swirl it around to wake up the aromas and everything. You want to take a Why you not having a glass of wine?
Oh,
you broke your glass.
I broke.
TK broke his glass.
Oh.
So you want to switch the wine around in your mouth, and you want to get this type of thing happening. When the wine goes down, especially a dry wine, you want to feel like a little burn. You know, feel that burning sensation. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to. This is a point I'm gonna make. When you pour your wine, you want to fill it up. You know what? First of all, let's start this. How to hold a wine glass.
There you go.
This is my first time, so how to hold a wine glass. What you want to do, you want to hold your wine glass by the stem.
Why is that?
Because especially when you're drinking a white wine, a wine that's chilled, if you hold it by the bowl, you change the temperature of the wine. You don't want to do that. Now, not only that, if you're having a certain hors d'oeuvres, you're eating something greasy or whatever, then you put in fingerprints on the bowl of the glass.
Pour myself here Pinot Grigio.
You're putting fingerprints on the bowl, which when you're in a restaurant setting or you're around other people, it's not sexy. You know, it's not cute. You sitting there with a nasty glass in front of you, big old. Go in and hold that glass by the stem, or when you get real good, you around some real wine people, you hold it by the base.
You know what? I'm gonna hold it by the stem.
You hold it by the stem.
I'm not that good yet.
You have wine all over the.
You already said I already broke one, so now
So you just hold it by the show. And then, like I said, you want to get that. You want to swish it around your mouth. You taste the apple?
Mm-hmm.
What else can you taste?
You said I taste the apricot in it too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing that.
It's not a dry. If people think of Pinot Grigio as a dry wine, but it's really not.
It's not. I mean, the producers, the guys that made my wine, man, they just did a great job. Because they do have some that's dry.
Yes, they do.
And it depends on, like I said, it depends on your palate. You know, some people like a really dry wine. And I've got my other son behind the scene. That's my other distributor. And that's Mike. Mike will probably be DJing for y'all about 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Serious
sir.
Mike. And I like it. You know, I really like this Pinot. Pinot Grigio. and I hope y'all like it. And like I said, you can pair it with any seafood. It's a wine that just opens up your taste bud, your palate, and it's good to start the meal off. You got a full
Exactly.
course.
I was about to say that's a nice like meal you could start off with, like a nice wine you could start off your wine drinking.
And we're definitely going to go back into. We're going to break it down in layman's terms on how that wine, being that grape is a red, how makes a white wine. You know, so the next wine you want to open it. You want to use the.
Real quick, we have a question before I start that off. Before
Okay.
I open that up, Derek wants to know about stemless grapes, glasses, stemless glasses. I'm sorry.
Well, the stemless glass. If you're gonna use a stemless glass, which I don't recommend, because like I said, when you hold a bowl of the glass, you're changing the temperature of the glass. Like even when you go to the finer restaurants and they're pouring white wine, they usually have something wrap around it, then pour it, so that you don't change the temperature of the wine. So I'm not a big fan of the stemless glass. You know, I don't even, do we even have any?
No, we do not. Like
Your
you
mother
said,
said we had.
stemless glasses. Well,
Hey, you go upstairs, we got everything. We probably got all 18 glasses. No, I don't think so.
I think we got 16,
16. Well, you just broke one.
so 15.
But that's the Pinot. I mean, like I said, man, it's good. You want to open up the?
I'll open up the Merlot.
You want to open the Merlot?
Yes, sir. So
You want to open it? Now look with the foil. Geez, this is called a foil. A lot of time in a restaurant setting, like if they're doing a big wedding or with a lot of people, you can just rotate this and just. Should I just do that?
go ahead.
You can just rotate this, which you don't want to do in a restaurant, or like if you're at home and you just want to chill and you don't feel like doing all the cutting, and I'll explain when we get to the other valve. You can just rotate the foil and just take it right off. A lot of people do this, like the experts, they want to see what the cork look like. They can see if the cork is damaged. You know what I'm saying? And you can use the butterfly.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna go back
Do it
and
on
forth.
that.
I'm
Do
gonna
it on
switch
that
back and
table.
forth. I'm gonna switch it back and forth.
And you can just rotate it and just pull it right off. Now, where we on the Merlot?
Yes, sir.
It's a good dinner wine. And as you can see here, we got spaghetti, and we don't eat meat in our family. So this is spaghetti with a what do we got in there?
That's plant-based.
Plant-based.
Yeah.
Like my wife do this plant-based meatballs, plant-based sausages, but you can have it with a steak if you like steak. You know what I'm saying? It can. What else can this go with, TK?
You can go with any type of dinner you want to go with. You can go with a steak. You can go with some, like a pizza, any type of pasta. You can go with anything. That's like, this is your real dinner wine. So you want to have a nice red wine for dinner, you go with the Merlot.
Now, interesting. Your red wines. First of all, when you do wine tasting,
Let me get that Pinot out your way. Go ahead.
you can take it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
It will not know.
Yeah.
When you do wine tasting, when you go to these big events and they do the wine tasting, you see they sip the wine and they switch, they do all the stuff they need to do, and then they spit it in the bucket. Man, y'all not spitting my wine out. Y'all gonna drink my wine, so we ain't doing none of that spitting stuff. We ain't doing that. We don't do that. We drink Mr. Big's wine.
Yes, sir.
Even the Ted now, we not doing the spit. Now, a lot of people may not know, like I said, it's 18 glasses. Different, it might be more now. Now, you notice with a red wine, you use a bigger glass. And you always want to fill the wine glass until the wine glass start taking a different shape. I don't think you're supposed to make that noise, though.
There you go.
You don't get another bigger glass, bro. Again, you want to get that little swirl going. I like to swirl mine on the table because when you're big and strong like I'll swirl and stuff just be popping out. So I like to get mine just rotated on the table. You know, just wake it up, wake it up, wake it up. Now the reason you use a bigger glass for the your red wine, because a lot of times red wine have more of aroma, more stuff happening. And it sounds kind of bugged out, but you're supposed to really. Ooh, you can smell. You can smell the different grapes. Like you can smell a cherry, not one of those real red cherries, like a light cherry. And that's the object of a bigger glass, is so you can actually put your nose into the glass and get that smell. And like we said, it goes with the pasta, the plant-based food.
Yes, sir.
And it's
all of that. That's a nice dinner wine right there.
And this grape is the Merlot grape, which stands for the little black bird. So remember that. Little black bird means Merlot. And then you want to... You taste that? It's got a cherry berry thing happening. And you can definitely feel the burn. You want to feel the burn. That's one thing I learned from Luigi, man. You want to feel that burn.
Yep, that burn coming. That's some good Merlot right there.
Yeah, that's a good Merlot.
Yeah.
And then, because this Merlot, it's not dry, you know, because some Merlots is dry. It's got like a medium tanning, medium high tanning, so which means it's not that thing happening. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that happening. And mid acidity. Got a nice amount of alcohol. What is it, about 11 point something?
11.5.
So you see a decent amount of legs. It's not a dark red like the Cabs, but it's more red than a Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir, that's because they got a thinner grape skin. But this is probably next. I like it's a beautiful, nice color. It's not a red, but it is a nice, like a pinkish type red, if that makes any sense. How you doing? How they doing? You got any Merlot left?
Well, real quick, got another question from Carology Vines. You know, that's Miss Teresa and Miss Jilla.
Yeah, they showed us love.
Of course they did. They said they want to know if you notice a difference when you sip a red wine chilled or not chilled.
Actually, it depends. Did everybody hear that question?
Yeah, let me repeat it again. The question was, Carology Vines wants to know if you could tell a difference when sipping red wine chilled or not chilled.
Actually, I never really had a red wine, only a sweet red wine I had chilled. I never had my Merlot chilled. So maybe that's something I should, how about yourself?
No, because if I'm not mistaken, Merlot is not supposed to be chilled.
No, it shouldn't be chilled.
So,
but that don't mean it can't be chilled. You know, everybody got all these, it's always rules, but you know, sometimes you know, it might taste better chilled.
right.
You know, it might taste, you know, it might enhance the aromas, it might enhance the taste. Hey, you know what? Which one, Teresa or Jayla?
But I was just Karula G Vines. So you
Well,
can say both of them.
You know what? I'm gonna chill me some Merlot and see what happens.
You know what? Come back at 9 o'clock. Well, DJ Sirius Mike is on the ones and twos. We'll be drinking some chilled Merlot. Then we'll give you an answer right then.
Because I actually never
Me neither.
had the Merlot chill. I never had none of my only red wines I had chilled are just sweet red wine, but that don't mean it can't be chilled. You know. Get rid of this. And see, I got my notes here because it's like supposed to be an hour, and there's so much stuff happening here. I'll be forgetting stuff, man. I'll be forgetting. So that's the Merlot. The little black bird. The little black bird. It's a great dinner wine. It's a great dinner wine. And don't forget, where can you get these wines?
You can get those wines at MrBigsWines.com. Oh, and real quick, want to give a nice little shout out because Black Wine Guys also answering questions as well.
Okay.
So let's give him a little shout out. Just he has our back. His name is Black Wine Guy.
Black Wine Guy.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Yeah. So just give him a little shout out.
Black Wine Guy, what's going on with you, baby? You seem like black and wine, you know, you be like, how'd that happen? Mm-hmm. Especially from the project, how'd that happen? Man, shit happens.
It happens.
Yeah, we speeding here. We said what up, Black Wine Guy. I like that. Wanna open the Moscato?
Moscato? Sure. I'm gonna go back to the 2-prong.
No, use the wing.
Use the wing?
Yeah. I think it opens up faster. Hey, I hope everyone is staying safe. I'd like to thank you all again for purchasing the wine from Mr. Biggs Wines. I'd like to thank everybody that joined in. Thank you. I hope I'm being quite helpful to wine on my wine tips. Like I'm like no wine connoisseur, but a little something. I'm gonna sip some more of this Merlot. This glass was made for my wife. Somebody made it for Pat. She keeps everything going. You know, a lot of people don't know it's like really 4 types of wines.
Yes, sir.
You know, you got your red, your white,
you got your white,
your sparkle,
and you got your rose,
and your rose. Right. So today we covered at least 3. I don't have a rose yet. Now we're gonna do our dessert wine. This is my Moscato d'Asti. Now notice the glass should be a little bigger than this, a little taller. But notice the dessert wine. Now, this is made, the grape is a Muscat grape. What is it? M-U-S-C-A-T. That's the Muscat grape. And this was made in d'Asti, Italy. And let's pour it.
Real quick, I don't know if some people notice, but these labels, the Moscato, like the Moscato got a different label on it.
Because that's the what's that? The
DOCG.
That just typically mean that this wine is not like your regular Moscato. This had to go through special processing. Like it had to be approved by almost the government of Italy had to approve this wine before it could be released.
I was practicing the name of that label too. Let me see if I get it right. Denominazione di Originate in Controlla di Garantita.
Oh man, see?
I'm good, man.
That's why he got them degrees. Say it again.
Denominazione di Originate in Controlla di Garantita.
And
Yes,
that's
sir.
the deal. That's what that means. That because you'll see a lot of Moscatos that don't have that, you know. And this is like the Moscato grape itself is more of a sparkly type of grape, but then they have what they call a still Moscato, STILL. Like it don't have no bubbles or nothing. It's more like I don't want to say a cheap Moscato, but more of a lower grade Moscato.
Yeah, like that Moscato's like a B. Our
Right.
Moscato's like an A plus.
Right, exactly. And it's funny because people don't know, like, wine is considered an art. You know, a lot goes into making wine. So the wine producers, they take a lot of pride in their finished product. Just like someone take a lot of pride when they finish a song, you know, when they finish an art piece, you know. So this is like my liquid Picasso. I call this my liquid Picasso. And although it's bubbly, it's not bubbly like my sage wine.
No,
You
it's
know, that's and we're gonna do a wine tasting on that. I made a wine for my granddaughter. Her name is Sage, and we'll do a wine tasting. That's a Spumante, and that's like really bubbly. You know, you drink that, and like you could just feel the bubbles just exploding in your mouth. It's really good. Actually, we had a talk with Stefania yesterday, and the shit just came in
Just came in.
from Italy, so I'll be having that. But Moscato, like I said, the sweet wine is usually in a smaller glass, a little bigger than this, but now
That's good.
this is like a dessert in a cup itself.
Dessert in a bottle.
You know what I'm saying? You can have that with your cookies, your cake. You know what I'm saying? We on the dessert now. And this is actually one of my best sellers.
Are you guys drinking the wine? Make like going drinking the wine with us? Going back and forth? I know some good wine we should be drinking.
You ain't supposed to say
Nah.
Somebody say But look, how many of y'all got some Moscato left? Because that Moscato was shipped to y'all about maybe 2 weeks ago, and I know everyone don't have no Moscato left.
That's perfectly fine. They can order some more on Mr.
Order
Biggs
some
Wines.
more. Order.
They can order some more wines at MrBiggsWines.com. It's perfectly fine. Keep drinking.
Keep drinking. Like I said, man, this is good, man. This is a good Moscato. And I'm like, people that know me, I keep it real. Like, if it wasn't good, I'd be like, it's not good. I'm not selling it. Give me something else. But this is a good Moscato. This is really a good Moscato, man. I mean, this is a good Moscato, man.
Yes, sir.
This is a good Moscato.
I'm almost done with mine.
Who made this?
Who made this? You talking about my guy Pioli Prigioni?
Pioli. Brother P. That's Mr. P. I call him P. Are y'all drinking this Moscato? Now, let's get this, what is this? The Merlot. Let's put the Merlot to the side.
Real quick, Karuji Mons asked another question. They want to know, where is the grapes made again?
Say it again.
Where is the grapes made again?
For which one? Well, all the grapes for this is from
The Moscato.
Asti, which is on like kind of like the outskirts of Piedmont, Italy,
Of course.
the hills of Piedmont, Italy, and it's actually where Asti is actually where this grape, the Moscato grape, developed. This is the original home place of the grape, of the Moscato grape. So it's right on the outskirts of Piedmont, Italy. And whenever you see D'Asti, you don't have to be a Mr. Biggs D'Asti, but whenever you see D'Asti on the wine, 9 times out of 10, it was made in that Piedmont region.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Stefania. She's the one who basically taught us all the wine. We know Miss Stefania, Mr. Luigi, and Daisy. Give a good shout out to them. I hope I get all those words right.
Because between it and then the brother Ray introduced me to them. Give a shout out to him. But they've been in our corner from day one. Like, they make sure our grapes are the best. You know what I'm saying? They make sure, everything is on point. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just there for us. Like, I can call them, like, I'm not going to call them at 12 o'clock in the morning, but if I had to, somebody, with that Italian accent, can I help you, Biggs? I was like, yo, Daisy, man, what's going on with this grape or that grape, man? But the wine game, like the grapes, like when you get into the wine business, you never look at grapes the same. Like the way they just compare, they'll put this grape with that grape to make this wine, and it's just crazy. Mm-hmm. It's fascinating, and that's why I can't wait. We're gonna do another. We're gonna just be doing these like at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I definitely want to talk about the Pinot Grigio. I want to go into that in depth because that's really.
Just give another shout out to. Wait, what's up, Daisy, Miss Stefania? How you guys doing?
Daisy's with us?
Yes.
Daisy. Now, want to go into the last one? You want to open up that?
Sure.
Put this to the side.
Okay.
Our last dessert wine is Brighetto. If you look it up, it's a Brighetto, but the H is not supposed to be. The H is supposed to be silent. So it's Brighetto, but when you look it up, you can Google it. You got to say Brighetto, and then you'll get all the information about it. One thing about this grape, that's actually the name of the grape. It's the Brighetto grape. Actually, what's interesting about this wine is only grown in Italy. This wine is only produced in Italy. And that's amazing because, usually wine is produced a lot of places in America and Italy and Spain and France. But this particular wine is only produced in Italy. This is another dessert wine. So you're going to get another glass like this. And you can, going back to the Moscato got that apple and got a lot of things happening. What you smell? We're going to go back to the Moscato. What did you smell in the Moscato? What did you taste?
It don't taste like a normal Moscato, but you can taste the apples. You can taste like the citrusy smell and feeling in it. It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was doing a wine tasting in the Bronx some time ago. You didn't peel that right. But
I know.
One thing about these, the TK didn't open this right, but I ain't mad at him. It's my son. Shit. Look, when you cut around here, it's two places. There's always a debate whether you want to cut around the rim here or you want to cut around the bottom of the rim. And that's a debate that's been going on for a long time. TK did the shortcut, but we're going to work with it.
Still some good wine.
Just great wine. Now this Brichetto, this is considered a red Moscato. I don't know how to get that name, but they consider this a red Moscato. And it's funny, about maybe a year ago, and them shrimps are good, man. I'm just sitting there looking at them. I need to eat a couple of those. And this young lady tasted the wine, the Moscato. She was like, oh, that's sweet, sexy. That's sexy sweet. She said, oh, Mr. Biggs, that's sexy sweet. I need 6 bottles of those. And homegirl purchased 6 bottles of sexy sweet. Brichetto. Or if you look it up, Brichetto. And it's sparkly. It's sparkly, and it's a great dessert wine. And let me see, which one do you like better?
Oh, that's like asking which type of basketball player I like better. Michael Jordan or LeBron James. They're both great.
What are you tasting? Like a strawberry?
Mm-hmm. Well, I could taste a little bit of the citrus in this one as well.
Mm-hmm. I do taste a strawberry.
Yeah.
I taste almost like a rose petal, like a lot of stuff happening in here.
I think that's why a lot of people like it, because there's a lot of stuff happening in here. This is really good.
I don't know how many people really try to get that taste or taste the other fruits, or people just drink the wine. Like, you ain't pay them fruits no mind. You gotta learn how to appreciate a glass of wine, because wine is a unique type of thing. Like, it's really unique. Like, it's really art. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to taste other things happening, and it does. And this is one thing about this. This is a wine you can actually drink. Give me one of these cookies, man. My dessert wine. This is a wine that kind of like open up your taste buds. Like, it kind of open up your taste buds to any meal. Like, it just.
It's interesting to me because, like, the scientific notions of how they make the grapes and or the fermentations to get a good wine like that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, wine is quite interesting. In which,
You cook it by yourself. Cook it myself.
which I never thought I would ever be paying attention to a glass of wine.
Me neither.
But just to be able to compare it with the different foods, and some wine enhances the food. A lot of wine enhances. That's why people, always. I know Peggy and Laura. They're big on pairing.
But they big on pairing like southern foods with the wine. That's interesting.
Yeah, they be like, hey, yo, Peggy, man, we don't do no pig feet. Don't ask us nothing about no pig feet and wine. We don't do pig. Got a big pig shoulder. What go with that pig shoulder? I don't know, man.
Pig shoulder?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about no swine. I don't know, but I'm sure. You know what? Pinot probably go with it.
With some pig shoulder?
Think.
You always try it.
How many of y'all got the Brichetto left? I know y'all went through that Brichetto. We're gonna do Chardonnay. The next time, TK, we gotta do Chardonnay. We have to do the sage.
Real quick, Ice T is on right now.
Yo, Ice, what's good, man? My
So,
brother.
I'm sorry. So what you were saying again? We gotta do what?
Next time we're gonna do the Chardonnay,
Okay.
and we're gonna do the sage,
Okay.
the Spumante. But like I said, this is the dessert wine. I'm making a mess over here. The dessert wine, but it's like it's really good. It's bubbly, it's refreshing, and it's a wine that you can actually drink basically all day. Like it opens up your. It almost do what the Pinot, even though one is sweet and one is dry. That's one thing about wine. If you're doing dry, do dry. If you're doing sweet, doing sweet. When you're making the wine, you notice how the sweet wine has less alcohol because you can't have both. Are you gonna have alcohol or you're gonna have sugar? You know, you can't have both. Like a good Moscato, a good Brighetto, you might have anywhere from 5.5 to 7.5 alcohol content. You know what I'm saying? So when you're drinking a sweet wine, don't think you're gonna get drunk off of sweet wine. Off of good sweet wine. Now you go and get some gouty sweet wine, yeah, you're gonna get drunk and you're gonna have headaches and you ain't gonna want that wine again. And that's one thing about our wine being that just that organic philosophy type thing. You can drink Mr. Big's wines, and I guarantee you can finish a whole bottle of the dry wine, which the alcohol content is a little high, and you wake up the next morning like nothing, because it's the soil been treated right through the years, and it's no additives, no pesticide, no how you call it, fertilizer. It's none of that. It's just pure earth.
Well, real quick, I want to get another shout out. Coco's online. Ice T's wife.
Oh, Coco, how you doing, sis? Coco like the Brighetto.
Yeah, she does.
Coco likes the Brighetto.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm glad y'all made it, man. We just about done. I mean, we went through a dry wine. We did we went from the Pinot, which was the appetizer. We went through.
We went through the Merlot.
The
which
Merlot
was
the middle, and then we on the two dessert wines.
All right, so we got a little shout outs. Give some shout outs to some people.
Who we got?
So I want to say thank you for joining, Miss Debbie 47. Thanks, it's M3 Red. Thanks to Tobias Simmons. Thank you to Red Magic.
Red Magic.
Isn't that?
I know Red Magic.
Isn't that
No.
Okay. Thanks to Grassroots SFM. Thanks to Vanessa Vance. I hope I didn't say this. I ain't gonna butcher this. Vanessa Vance Marjoni.
Ooh. Just hit it with Vanessa. She'll figure it
Thanks,
out.
Vanessa. Thanks to everybody.
And now look, don't forget, when you're holding the glass, try not to hold it by the bowl. That's what my tips. Try not to hold it by the bowl. Hold it by the stem or hold it by the base. When you get that skill, you can hold it by the base. You don't want to hold it by the glass. You don't want to smear, have your glass looking all nasty, thumbprints on your glass. And
Yeah, Vanessa. That was Aunt Vanessa.
but what she trying to do some camouflage? Like she try. Oh, it's two Vanessas. Okay.
Oh. Sorry, Auntie.
So hey, I hope this was insightful. I mean, I hope you learned a lot. Wine can be a difficult thing. Don't make it something what it's really not. But the whole thing about wine is you want to train your palate to appreciate finer wine. Sweet wine is good, but you want to train your palate to start tasting dry wine.
Okay.
And then you want to really train your palate to drink red wine, because red wine has a lot of different aromas happening. And
two more people. I'm sorry, to throw you off right there. But I want to say thanks to Rich Infinity and Aliyah Aina and Aliyah. Terrible.
And I thank y'all, man. I thank you all for joining in. Stay safe. We got a few more names we're going to shout out.
Oh, Miss Coco said she needs a bottle now.
Oh,
she needs a bottle now.
Yo, Coco, don't tell me that. I will run it to you. I will run it to you. That's Coco, man. Coco, my brother Ice-T. Ice-T showed me a lot of love through the years, man. That's a good brother. Coco's a beautiful person. And her wine game is crazy. She loves her wine. You know. And I'm put people business out there, but you go into their crib, they got this wine vault. Like, it's crazy. There's so much different type of wines in there. And I love the fact that she liked my wine. And Ice-T don't even drink wine. He don't even drink at all. But he enjoyed that Moscato.
We gotta give a shout. Oh, continue. I'm sorry.
We're gonna got a few more shout outs, man. I'm just happy that y'all joined in. Like I said, I hope y'all got something out of it. And what else?
You got time for a couple more shout outs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so we're gonna give a shout out again to Urban Booze, the ladies, Miss Laura and Miss Peggy. Give another shout out to Curology Vines, Miss Teresa and Miss Jayla. We got another person I want to say thanks for joining is Miss Debbie J47.
Debbie Ford?
Debbie J47.
Oh, all right.
You know people don't put their whole name in here, Pops.
Yeah.
Oh, and Trudy Cakes. Thanks to
Trudy Cakes.
Trudy Cake.
Oh, I love that name. Trudy. So, hey, like I said, thank you for joining us. I hope you pick up a few tips. We purchase your next Mr. Biggs wines. You know what to taste for. You know what to taste for. And we're gonna try. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try the chill the Merlot. You know, I don't know if that's.
I'm gonna put Merlot in the fridge.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. You know, I know the real wine lovers are like, I don't do that. The real wine snobs are like, no. But hey, I've been breaking law and rules all my life, so ain't no use stopping now.
Well, since we almost at that end time, remember to go on my father's Facebooks. Go on his Facebook and go check out DJ Serious Mike on the ones and twos later.
Oh yeah, my son, man, he decided, like, you know, I had all this DJ stuff in the house and I don't pay it no mind. So my son come, he want to be a DJ now. I ain't mad at him. He learned a lot in a month. And you know what you guys got to try? Because you guys that, I know you like eating your beef and you like eating your beef with the Merlot, but you got to try the plant-based food. It's healthy. It tastes good. You can season it up. You know, like my wife does the spaghetti with the plant-based meatball. I love it. Those shrimps, I'm getting ready to kill those in a little while.
Okay.
The cookies, I don't know what those.
I'll kill those in a little while. Don't worry about that.
And try to get away from the red meat. I know it's hard, Peggy. Lord, I know it's hard. But try to get away from the meat. And Coco Ice, man, I appreciate y'all joining in. I definitely appreciate it. One love.
That's it. And peace.
Peace.